Hello and welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Motor City Uncut, episode 173, presented by Major Sports Network. I'm your host, Dorf, joined each and every episode. I'm not saying a week anymore, because we have a new schedule that we're not weekly anymore. By Major Sports Network founder Adam Hernandez, and still doesn't have a job title after, 5 years of doing this? 4 years
Pretty
of
much.
doing this? Yeah, Sean
Pretty
Bell.
much.
To my left, Adam across from me here tonight. So thanks for joining us here on October 15th. Also known as in the state of Michigan Hate Week 2018. That being Michigan and Michigan State, and believe it or not, Western and Central also play this week.
Oh, they're this week too?
They're trying to cling on to the whole Hate Week thing, but that's cute.
It's just so cute.
Exactly. Good try though.
It's a pretty.
It's the MAC.
Hey, some people.
You and I both went to a MAC school, and Sean, you went to
the GLIAC.
So, not like we really have much to say. But yeah, no, it's cute, but good try.
No.
Good try. So anyway, thanks for joining us here tonight. Let's get right into it. We're gonna spend most of the episode here breaking down the upcoming matchup here Saturday, noon kick, live on Fox. From East Lansing, noon kick.
Mm-hmm.
Weather's supposed to be about like it is now, if I remember correctly, in the 50s and blah. Also known as October in the state of Michigan.
Yep.
So is that going to be? Is it supposed to rain?
I don't believe so.
I will look it up right
Yeah,
now.
Sean.
Is that going to be?
Weatherman Sean, would you like to get on that?
Yes, I
Is that,
will.
is that going to be the excuse for either which team if they lose?
I hope not.
It's gonna be the weather.
We'll hear it. Oh, it's so thirsty. That's why we
lost.
lost.
We
We couldn't
just-
hold the ball.
If the clock just hadn't struck zero, we would have caught up to him.
Yeah.
We don't lose, we just run out of time.
Oh, are you making fun of Michigan?
Yes, I am.
Yep.
Okay, well,
Yes, I am.
as everybody knows, Dorf is the resident Spartan.
And you're the fence-sitting loser in this agreement. That's usually my job.
Yeah, that's usually your
Well,
job.
that's Sean's job on this show, and then it's my job on
Yeah.
the politics podcast. Yes, I am the hand-wringing, fence-sitting centrist.
I don't know. Do you want to take a look at? I mean, obviously heading into this game, I mean, these teams seemingly were on two different paths here, up until this past
weekend.
Up until this weekend, I mean, Michigan State losing to Northwestern, not this weekend, but the prior weekend, which I'm
Not looking good doing it.
No,
either.
but you know what? I'm not surprised by that.
You know they have a 3-game losing streak against Northwestern.
I'm not surprised by it in the least.
We just said the same thing to Michigan. We thought Michigan
Actually,
was.
no, it's only a 2-game.
Northwest-
It's like 3 out of 4.
Northwest Pat Fitzgerald Northwestern teams have always been
Pain in the ass.
pain in
against
the
Michigan
asses.
State.
Yes. Well, anybody.
It's Michigan State and Michigan.
I mean, they're beating Michigan 17-3 at
Halftime.
At halftime. What's wrong?
I was having some reverb in my
Oh,
ears.
okay. Was it fixed?
It was a bad connection. Yeah.
Oh,
I'm good.
okay. But yeah, I mean, Northwestern's always. I'm not making an excuse for Michigan State. That's a team that they should be beating, especially when you're at home. But yeah, but these two teams, Michigan, Michigan State, were seemingly on two different paths heading into Hate Week and next week's matchup. But Michigan doing what they did against Wisconsin Saturday night, and then Michigan State's. Pulling one off and beating.
They
beating
didn't
Penn
really
State
play
on-
well either. That's the problem.
I think that's it's James Franklin just being a.
James Franklin all over it. You know?
Yeah.
He's not good at coaching.
No, he's not. You know, it's funny
Game
too.
management or fourth quarter play calling or down and distance decisions. He did it again on 4th down and 5 in Michigan State territory. He ran the ball
That's smart.
in between the tackles. Hey, it cost him a shot at beating Ohio State. Oh yeah, it's 4th and ball game in plus territory. 7-ish yards to go. Let's run an inside zone because I know I have a damn good shot on the play of getting 7 yards. Ah! That's like Dave Warder level of incompetence. For those of you who don't know, that's Michigan State offensive coordinator.
He's still around.
Yes, surprisingly still employed
He's
as a coordinator at a big time Division I university. Fucking somehow. Anyway, First act of the rivalry for the week took place at about 3 o'clock this morning. Somebody done got the bronze M in the ground there in the diag.
Oh, did they?
Yes, they did. They colored it all in with green and then put an S and a U next to it. Spray paint. They got surveillance footage, but they're unlikely to be able to get the person because they were fully masked and disappeared.
At this point, does it really matter? I mean, this is the kind of shit
It's their
that's...
fault. I mean, the Spartan statue gets 24-hour guard this week.
Mm-hmm. I mean, this is the shit that happens. I mean, you just got to kind of put up with it, right?
Yes.
All part of
That's how it is. That's how it is for any rivals in any sport or whatsoever.
Yes, misdemeanor vandalism is part of the rivalry.
It is part of the rivalry. I mean, this goes to show we had a thread going on the Major Detroit Facebook page. It just proves this is the stupidest rivalry, one of the stupidest rivalries in all of sports. Because this is probably reminiscent of any other rivalry.
It's rated as one of the better ones.
It just, I mean, people getting personal about it, wanting to compare incomes and shit like that. Yeah, that's the stuff that was going on in the page this past weekend.
Oh,
people wanting to...
I'm sure by people that, people touting income ratings didn't go there.
Probably not.
Or didn't even go to school at all.
Probably.
It's so stupid.
That's usually how it goes.
Yeah.
So Sparty's got 24-hour surveillance this weekend. Doesn't the band sit there and guard it?
I don't know if it's the band, but there's usually a group that sits there with them all night.
The band sitting there, they have all their trombones and stuff like that.
No, the band. I think the band
That's
is.
Like band is the volunteer security detail there. What do you think of this Jim Harbaugh comment asked today and his press availability? I think we could all use a break from the cliches that have been plowed so thoroughly on both sides. As, he was not when asked about what he thought about trash talk.
Wait, what did he say again? Say it one more time.
This is a quote. I think we could all use a break from the cliches that have been plowed so thoroughly on both sides. I copied and pasted it from a Freep article. That's not me, unless of course the Freep fucked it up. That's exactly what he said.
One more time.
I think we could all use a break from the cliches that have been plowed so thoroughly on both sides.
Okay, so he's
yes
tired of the little brother thing.
Well, wasn't he part of it and he was doing that back in the day?
Little brother was not his. That was Mike Hart.
No, that was Mike Hart.
Yeah,
that was Mike Hart.
Which I did see the Dorf Loves Mike Hart sign today too.
Yeah.
Still up?
Yeah, I made a sign at work.
So we used to work together, and he just on a piece of cardboard scribbled
Dorf
loves Mike Hart and stuck it up in the rafters or something. I haven't worked there in a year. And it's still there.
That's hilarious.
I don't know. I think Michigan State has humbled Jim Harbaugh maybe a little bit since time in Ann Arbor.
He's 1-2.
He's 1-2, and
about to be 1-3.
But I don't know. I can agree with him in a sense. I like the trash talk to a point.
It's fun as long as it stays about the sport and not
And
your mom goes to college.
Yeah, it doesn't get personal.
Your mom goes to college.
Your mom goes to college.
Call you delicious bass.
I honestly don't even know what that's from.
It's a Napoleon Dynamite.
The quote that you just
was Kip.
I don't even know what it's from.
Man,
I just know it's. You guys know I don't watch movies.
Kids.
I think I watched that on the bus on the 8th grade field trip to Washington D.C. in the middle of the night on the way home.
Good movie.
It was about the one. It wasn't even a legit copy. Somebody had recorded it off TV on a VHS. It was a bad VHS copy, so it was thoroughly shitty. But
I don't know. I think I can kind of agree with Jim Harbaugh in that sense. He's tired. He's tired of the bullshit trash talk.
He's tired of giving the Spartans bulletin board material.
Yeah,
it's the last thing he needs to give them.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. What do you think of it?
I think it's an empty platitude coming from Jim Harbaugh. He's so socially awkward in interviews anyway.
He is.
He's very awkward.
He is an awkward guy.
Look how he stands on the football field.
I can't help is either going through his head. I am a superior intellect. I am offended that I have to deal with you lackeys, or is it he's just that kind of awkward?
I think he's an oddball.
Yeah.
I think he's. I think he is.
I mean, that would be in line with kind of what you hear talked about with him and just how people.
Well, this is the guy that plays Peru ball. This is the guy that will sit here and take snaps shirtless and have sleepovers
and climb trees and stuff,
shit like that. I mean, he's an odd duck.
Doesn't eat chicken though, because it's a nervous bird.
No, but that goes.
That's exactly it.
That's
why
part,
he doesn't
part
eat
of
chicken.
all of this.
It's a nervous bird.
Yeah, I mean he's almost.
Chicken's so good.
Not I'm disturbed by the amount of antibiotics in the chicken that you can get at grocery stores.
He's very much a polar opposite of Mark D'Antonio.
See what I see. If chicken is a nervous bird for him, does he eat hamburgers? Because cows are even worse.
Mark D'Antonio is a curmudgeon. He's like Bill Belichick without slightly less smug.
Which is why Dave Warner's still there.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that has anything to do with Dave Warner.
He keeps his coaches.
No, he's stubborn. He doesn't want.
Oh yeah,
that's
absolutely.
what I meant.
I was gonna say if this was Bill Belichick, I mean, he cuts guys on the day before the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Like,
I wish he was more like Bill Belichick in that sense, where you wouldn't have a problem.
Bill Belichick cuts guys the day. No, seriously, cut a guy the day before Super Bowl. He was on the team the entire year to bring in a guy who hadn't played a snap.
Well, play to win.
Who, by the way, I don't think he even dressed him. The guy
really?
he was cut in favor for.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Huh. Oh, well.
Whatever. All right. So currently betting line when I looked about an hour and a half ago, Michigan is a 7-point favorite over under at 45.5.
Give me Michigan State with those numbers.
Okay. I was going to say, what are our thoughts here? So
I was going to say at home.
At home.
At home. You said 7.5?
7.
A 7?
7.
So Michigan State's given a touchdown in this sense. Yeah, that's a little high.
You take which over the under?
What's the over and under again?
45.5.
45.
Well, 22 each.
You know what?
It's 23 each. Think about that. 22, 23 each.
I'm going to take the under.
Ooh. Sean, what about you?
I'm gonna take the under also, but I'm switching mine to Michigan.
Michigan.
Michigan State just
Sit under?
Yeah, under. I just don't see Michigan State. That defense Michigan has right now is just on fire right now.
There's gun to my head. Obviously, you have to make a bet on this game, but there's so many unknowns, especially considering the health of Michigan State. I wouldn't bet on this game because you could have 5 different guys in the offensive starting lineup for Michigan State, which dramatically affects their ability to score.
Mm-hmm.
Like, enormously, considering you're going to probably be missing 3 of your top 4 wideouts.
Mm-hmm.
2 of them for sure, but... And, like, the guy, like, the 5th best guy that kind of stepped up for you last week probably broke his thumb.
Yep.
And played through it.
All bets are off for this game, and it's proven time and time again before what I mean.
A 7-point spread with an over/under in a college football game that low. It's going to be really hard. If that's kind of Vegas' thoughts, it's going to be about 46 total points. It's going to be hard for anybody to win by 7. This is going to be like 23-17, that kind of bullshit. So, 23-20 or something like that. I don't know that anybody wins by 7, but if Michigan's going to do it, that's not a huge point.
For me, the points given here is easy.
I know,
it's easy,
and that's the only reason. If we have to pick straight up, I'd probably still take Michigan, but 7's just too many, and I will also take the under. Now, if you just want to play straight pick 'em,
hey, I'm taking the under. These types of games, these rivalry type of games, I mean, it seems
there
like
hasn't really been a high scoring one.
More or less, it's
weather's
more or less
gonna be like it
yeah,
is.
more or less, it's going to be low scoring. Especially with Michigan's defense, and I mean Michigan State's
ability, they do have a quite a good ability to stop the run.
Yes, which has been.
They do also do well with mobile quarterbacks.
Yes, which has been, and again, stopping the run, which has been Michigan's strong point in that sense. I'm talking about running the ball.
Yes.
I think all of this has a recipe for a low-scoring game, which is...
Because Michigan has very inconsistent receivers between People-Jones and Collins.
Tariq Black's supposed to be back.
Is he?
Well, he's also supposed to be back this week if you believe Wojo.
Yeah, I'll believe when I see it.
Yeah.
I
He may be able to play, whether he's actually part of the game plan.
Yeah, but I don't think he's going to have anything big with it.
Yeah, who knows? All three of us picked Michigan State and then just straight up head-to-head without a spread in the preseason.
Yeah.
Are we walking that back? Because you guys heard me hem and haw.
Yeah,
you were pretty confident. I think it was more about the spread.
Yeah, I took Michigan for sure after.
You're gonna change it in the straight up head-to-head.
Oh yeah.
Michigan will win this
Oh
game.
yeah. I'm not even saying that because I'm a homer or anything like that, but it's just.
No, it's legitimate.
Honestly,
I know.
If you take a look at the eye test, you may not be wrong.
I know. Like at the beginning of the year, I was like Michigan State for sure, no doubt about it. And then watching these guys, I'm like, wow. They're kind of.
This is one of those games, though.
I honestly, if I made a lot of was a betting man or made a lot of money or invested a lot of money in sports bets, I wouldn't pick this game.
No, I'm completely with you, Dorf. I am not. I wouldn't
not
touch
pick
this game.
this game.
I'm not touching this game at all. No way. But I'll tell you what. I mean, this is one of those games, though. This is the exact game right here that Jim Harbaugh has trouble winning.
Mm-hmm.
Going on the road, playing a big time rival.
Yes.
In conference, Jim Harbaugh does not win these games, which is more reason why. In terms of the spread,
But
that's why this is such an
usually
easy game to.
close, too.
This is such an easy game to pick if you're picking straight up against the spread.
Michigan State does not usually do well against the spread because they don't blow anybody out.
No,
But if you're looking like,
but if they're on the other side of things, though,
yeah,
if they're given points in that sense,
I wonder if I think this is like the first. Well, it's back-to-back underdog weeks, but I wonder the last time they were a dog in a game besides like Ohio State. I'd be interested to look.
look, I have no
They were a
problem.
13.5-point dog, by the way, at Penn State.
Yeah, they were.
Mm-hmm.
Well, last time I checked, I think it was like 14.
14.
Yeah.
It was 13.5 when I looked a couple hours before kick.
Okay, so I was
Well,
probably
either
a
way,
little before
in
that.
the 2-touchdown range.
Yeah. And that's going to Happy Valley and playing at Happy Valley with that crowd, with what's on the line.
Honestly, was not impressed by the crowd. Then again, Penn State, after that one big run at the very beginning of the game, they didn't really give them much to cheer about.
Funny thing is, we had a Christian Hackenberg story up on the website about how he was dogging on James Franklin, talking about how we messed him up and everything. This is from like a year or so ago, 2 years ago. It was getting a bunch of hits after that game.
Well, Christian Hackenberg was a Bill O'Brien recruit, if you remember correctly.
Yeah, but he came in and he said that James Franklin fucked him up. Yeah.
It's not really that debatable that Hackenberg got worse under James Franklin.
No, it's not. No, I think statistically it's
In eye test too.
yeah.
Maybe.
I'm telling you though, I mean, I have no problem with anybody picking Michigan to win this game.
Mm-hmm.
None at all. I mean, Michigan has certainly looked like the better team so far this season. They've I don't want to say they're clicking right now in all the cylinders, but there's no quarterback issues. I mean, you're not sitting here talking about, okay,
Should they make a move?
Yeah, should they make a move or anything
after
like
week
that?
one, when Dylan McCaffrey kind of rallied them back into the game,
There
you're
was-
not talking about that anymore.
No, you're not. I
Right.
mean, it's Shea Harrison's team right now. It's his offense
It's gonna
going
be his team
forward.
next year,
All you gotta
too.
do is you can put McCaffrey in. They had that 44-yard run this
Oh,
last
come on,
game.
that was
That was
garbage.
ridiculous.
Garbage time production.
I was laughing so hard
But-
when I saw that.
But you cannot go into this game 100% sure either way of who's gonna win this game, because like I said, this is a dangerous game right here for Michigan. A very, very dangerous game if you're Jim Harbaugh going into East Lansing, heavy favorite to play a rival like Michigan State. These simply because these are the exact games that Jim Harbaugh loses. And I'm not saying they're going to lose in this game. They very well could win, but again,
He hasn't won these since he's been a coach of Michigan.
no, he hasn't. He hasn't.
Honestly, if you want to go through his tenure at Michigan, what do you say are Jim Harbaugh's 3 best wins?
3 best wins.
Three
Best wins?
Now, that's I'm not going to ask you to do that off the top of your head necessarily, but what are or hold you to your answers? In your mind, what are his 3 best wins?
This past weekend,
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
they beat Wisconsin again a couple years ago.
First year he beat Wisconsin.
Okay, that one. Never beat Ohio State. Did he beat Michigan State once?
Once. He's 1 and 2.
There you go. There you go.
That was the Tyler O'Connor year.
There you go. That's
They
it.
beat Michigan State in their 3-9 season. Congratulations.
Those are your 3 wins. Unless I'm missing something here.
I would have to go back to the schedule, obviously, but they don't play anybody in the non-con.
You can't count that Florida win. I mean, maybe.
That Florida team ended up finishing 5-7.
Yeah, that Florida team was no good. I'm gonna go with those 3 wins.
Okay.
You got bent over by Alabama.
That wasn't during Harbaugh's tenure.
That wasn't? Was that Hoke?
That was a Hoke game.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Denard Robinson was on the team. That was a Hoke game.
Okay. No, 3 of those 3 wins. 2 Wisconsin, 1 Michigan State. That's
Okay.
it.
There you go.
I don't know. Sean, are you looking right now?
I'm looking at him right now.
Have you seen anything so far?
Nope. His first year, he lost to Michigan State. He lost to Ohio State, and he lost to Utah.
Oh, that was
Utah ended up winning 10 games that year. That's not necessarily a bad loss.
Utah's had their way with Michigan. Like consecutive years.
Yeah.
Remember they came into the big house and
Yeah.
just destroyed
Ran
them.
the table on them. Yeah.
that was the last straw game for Brady Hoke because that was the
That was the opener of his final year, wasn't it?
I don't think that was the opener.
Week 2, maybe.
Yeah, who was White Jesus that was supposed to? Was it Shane Morris?
That edition of White Jesus. Yes.
Yeah, but that was the Dave Brandon fuck up. They're playing him basically with a concussion.
Oh yeah,
That was
Wilton
that.
Spade couldn't find his helmet, so Morris went back.
Yeah, that was that
Yeah.
was that game.
That was that. Yep. Yeah, Wilton Spade couldn't find his helmet. By the way, Wilton Spade, really rough go at UCLA.
The UCLA in general has been a.
Oh yeah, they're 0-6, and I think he got hurt in like the middle of the second quarter of the first game. I don't think
really?
he's played since.
God, what a Chip Kelly though. What a.
Hey man, UCLA was not in good shape.
No, they
You're gonna have
weren't.
to burn that down to build.
Yeah.
There hasn't been I only have 2 good wins so far. I mean, since
Were the ones we already talked
bowl
about?
season?
yeah, you could say Florida his first year.
No, they
That's-
finished 5-7.
Right, so I'm saying in 2016 when they beat Wisconsin, and then last week when they beat Wisconsin.
Yeah.
16-18 Wisconsin.
Didn't they beat a
16
PJ
MSU.
Fleck Western team? Can you put that in there?
Well, they usually played Michigan State.
And they haven't really.
No, is a PJ Fleck Western team on there? Have you come across any Westerns?
By the way, you know, as the three biggest teams and most wins over the AP top 10 in the last 10 years.
PJ Fleck.
No, number 1, Alabama. Number 2, Ohio State. Number 3, Michigan State.
Oh. Doors continued.
Not even in others receiving votes. You have.
You could say Northwestern his first year.
That is not
They
a good
blew
win.
him out 38. No, but Northwestern was ranked then.
It's not a good win.
I know he doesn't have anything. Besides, you
games-
can say
That's games you're expected to blow people out in.
Yeah. The only thing is I could say is you said no for the Florida one the first year in 2016 in the Citrus Bowl.
It looked good at the time, but the Citrus Bowl, not the opener.
No,
year after?
that was the year after. This is the
The bowl
Citrus
game?
Bowl.
Okay, the
they
Citrus
won
Bowl.
41-7.
Okay, the Citrus Bowl win is a quality win, but when
Yeah.
they played them last year,
No,
in
because
the
half
opener,
of Florida was injured. They were suspended.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Last year in the opener is not a good
Uh-huh.
one. I'll give you the bowl game his first year.
So then the Wisconsin game that year, and then last week's Wisconsin 3 of them.
Ouch. It's not a long.
See,
To be fair, it's only been 3 years, but that's not a long list. 3.5. Let's call it 3.5.
not when you're getting paid the money that
Yeah,
you're
the
being
way that
paid.
he's getting paid.
Look, you're not getting. and this is the fight that I always have with Michigan fans, is they're not paying Jim Harbaugh to beat Ohio
to beat
State.
Bo Pelini, go 10-3 every year.
Hey, shut your mouth.
By the way, speaking of the Pelini family,
I
believe the son is now the acting head coach at Bowling Green after they fired their head coach like 5 games into his tenure.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
They fired Bo Pelini?
No, Bo Pelini's son is now the acting head coach at Bowling Green.
Oh.
I believe it's his son. It might be his brother. I'm not sure.
I don't know. When's Nebraska's going to hire Bo Pelini back? Scott
Bo.
Frost thing isn't working.
Bo, it was our bad. Please come home.
Ever since
him and Jim Tressel are balling out at Youngstown State together.
Oh,
Jim Tressel's like the university president, and Bo Pelini's the football coach.
Our powers combined.
Captain Sweater Vest and see, I don't even know what Bo Pelini, the actual person, is like. I only know Faux Pelini, the Twitter account.
Well, that's what I'm basing this all off of. I'm assuming there's a little bit, maybe,
correlation. That's what makes it funny.
Yeah, there has to be a little bit of a correlation with that.
You say at Ball State?
No,
Bowling
Youngstown.
Green.
Oh, Bowling Green.
Bowling Green is where the son is now. I believe it's the son is now the coach.
And then Bo
Pelini's
Pelini.
at Youngstown State.
Yeah.
Fighting Penguins.
Fuck yeah, fighting Penguins.
Rashawn Gary, by the way, status to be determined. Not that Harbaugh is not required to comment on injuries, nor would he ever. I mean, you could probably watch a guy like break his neck on the field and he wouldn't tell you how he's doing next week.
Probably not, especially not Harbaugh too.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
So,
Jim, he snapped his leg in half. Is he going to play this week? We don't talk about injuries.
Yeah.
Jim, the guy was hospitalized with an injury.
He is
Can you comment about how he's doing?
He's the older brother of Bo.
Oh, he's Bo's older brother.
Yes.
He's now the acting head coach at Bowling Green. Yes, I believe. Oh, by the way, did you hear the funny story? So, Bowling Green let their coach go today. The local paper ran a story essentially how the athletic director picked the last guy. He literally Googled the team that led the NCAA in scoring offense last year and picked the offensive assistant he could afford.
Oh, really?
Team. He just picked some random dude off Texas Tech because that's who he can afford. I'm pretty sure the guy's tenure lasted like 5 games.
Oh, whatever.
All right. Anything else on this game here, guys? Mm-hmm. You want to do score predictions, or we good with what we got?
No, I don't want to. I think we're good with
what we got.
Mm-hmm. I don't know what's the biggest factor for you, Dorf, in this game.
The Michigan State dress list.
That's what's going to come down to?
Yeah. Who's playing? I mean, you potentially could have 8 fresh faces that didn't play last week play this week. Just because they got healthy. I don't know. All right. What about you, Sean?
Michigan's run game.
Can they run against
Michigan
State?
Mm-hmm.
Michigan State hasn't played a team that will light up with a fullback. I don't think they played a team with a fullback yet.
Mm-hmm. I'm like, literally between Higdon, Wilson, Evans, and Patterson, if that run game gets...
I'm not worried about a running quarterback. They always do well against them.
See, I think...
No, I'm not worried about that either.
I think that's going to be more of a factor than you guys think because they're going to be too focused on Higdon.
I think that's going to be more of a factor for Michigan's side of things. I mean, having to deal with...
not being able to rely on a running quarterback to bail them out.
Yeah, well, I'm talking about and doing what Lewerke does, too, with his feet.
Lewerke has not ran the ball well at all this year because he hasn't been allowed to, really.
Thank you, Dave Warner.
I think it's more... Thank you, Mark D'Antonio.
But no, I'm with you, Sean. I'm completely with you. It's going to come down to
now all bets are off in that regard this week because Mark D'Antonio would skip a family member's funeral to beat Michigan. So all bets are Brian Lewerke, come hell or high water, he's going to do what they have to do to win the game. But anyway.
I think, Sean, you nailed it right on the head there, though. Mm-hmm. I think that it's going to come down to Michigan's ability to run the ball and Michigan State's ability to stop the run.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's...
Michigan State's dress list.
No, but that's obviously an
Their
underlying.
defense is relatively healthy. I mean, you're missing the guy, your best corner, who's been gone the whole year. Should be probably could be back this week. That's being Josiah Scott. But dead serious, you could have two or three different offensive linemen. I mean, you're likely to get your right guard back. You're probably not going to get your best wide receiver, Cody White, back. I mean, you could get you should get Darryl Stewart back this week. LJ Scott hasn't played since the opener. Not that he's not great, but
no, it looked like he's about ready to lose his job.
He's still your only really true in between the tackles back you have, though, because true freshman Ladarius Jefferson has a fumble problem. Coughed up 3 balls in the last 3 games. Only lost one of them, thankfully. I don't know.
One question for you guys, and this has nothing to do with Michigan or Michigan State, but Wisconsin.
Alex Hornibrook blows.
Yes.
Paul Chris.
I've said that for a couple of years, though.
Paul Chris and Alex Hornibrook. Are those two guys guaranteed, as long as they're both on this team, that Wisconsin is never going to do anything big?
Hornibrook is a junior, so I mean, you do have hope getting rid of him soon, but you need a They're not. I mean, Wisconsin outside of Russell Wilson, who was a grad transfer, has never really had a great tradition of quarterback play. But back in the day, they could just turn around, hand the ball off 50 times, and play punishing defense and just muscle people.
Yeah.
They're not really able to do that anymore, for whatever reason. So they kind of probably should start putting in a focus on recruiting a quarterback who can play.
I was saying, Hornibrook is just... Look, they could sit there and feast on a weak Big Ten West all they want, but...
That arm is a limp noodle, man.
Yeah, but once they step out and start playing big boy teams...
He can throw the ball 35 yards, man. I'm dead serious.
Sean throw have better arm than him?
I can throw the ball 30 yards.
I don't think he can throw the ball 20 yards on the line.
Who do you think throws the ball further, him or Conor McGregor?
Oh boy.
I don't even know.
Definitely Hornibrook in that category.
Okay, who throws better, Conor McGregor or 50 Cent?
Conor McGregor.
Man, Conor McGregor. Because his actually went in the air.
Yeah.
For those who don't know, Google the 50 Cent throws out first pitch at Mets game.
It's not apples and oranges though, because throwing a football is a lot more difficult than throwing a baseball.
Oh yeah, for sure.
No, throwing football is easier.
Really?
But throwing a baseball?
Absolutely.
I disagree.
Yeah, I kind of disagree with that too.
Okay, just making it go forward, probably. Doing it well, I think it's easier to throw a football than pitch a baseball. Not just throw a baseball, but pitch a baseball is harder than throwing a football.
Well, that's again, that's apples.
You're right. That's not a good comparison.
God, Dorf, the hell are you trying to do?
I know.
Move on to the next topic. That's what I'm trying to do.
Okay, go ahead.
All right. The Red Wings have made an announcement. They're going to retire a jersey here in.
You're going to get me going on this?
January.
Yeah.
Is it January or February? I forget which.
I think February.
Middle of the winter.
When they need more fans to come.
Yeah, exactly. It's not who you think it should be.
No, it's not even the second person who you think it should be.
Who's the second one?
Henrik Zetterberg.
A little early for that.
Can I guess the one?
Because he's still technically under contract.
Yeah, that's true. No, you can't, because you're not stealing any of this.
Okay, I won't. So he already knows who I'm going to say. Even though I don't follow hockey, I know who you're going to say.
So we all know who we're obviously thinking of. Who's the second person you would be thinking of, Sean?
I'm not saying it because I'm not going to...
No, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
You really want me to say who I'm
Not
thinking?
the first, but the second one.
The second one who I'm thinking of?
Yeah.
Well, the first one is what you said right now, right?
No.
Just skip me. Just skip me right now. I don't want to ruin it. I don't want to ruin it for Adam. He's going to get pissed off at me and probably kill me with a pen behind the scene.
Drum roll, please. Red Kelly! Who the hell is Red Kelly?
Well, you know who Red Kelly is.
I didn't know who he was until I Googled him today.
What are you talking about?
That's the guy's name is their numbers getting rid of. I didn't know who he was until I Googled today. Then again, I'm not like the biggest hockey guy, but or really a hockey guy at all.
Adam's about to pounce over the table at Dorf right now.
And then I looked it up. Good numbers. 13 years as a wing. Won a boatload of hardware for him, whether it's all-star appearances or, was a finalist to every trophy under the sun for his entire Red Wings career. Won a couple cups. Fine. He last played for the Wings in 1960.
Mm-hmm.
If you were going to... The dude is he still alive? He's like 91.
Yep. So he's going to be...
Why was it... Why did... If he was this good, why did you wait so long?
Because you need... Honestly, you want to know...
This is a cheap ploy to put butts in a seat
that's
for a game.
That's exactly what this is.
Just like when the Pistons have retired of all the...
Because there's no other reason to retire this guy's number other than that. Because like you said, Dorf, if this was legitimate, it would have happened by now.
It would have happened in like 1980.
Yes.
By the way, he went in the Hall of Fame in 69. Because the latest this should have happened is 1980.
Because I want to say the last old time Red Wing that they retired, I think it was Terry Sawchuk's, which I was there for it. And that's legitimate.
Yeah. Terry
Sawchuk's one of the greatest goaltenders to ever play in the NHL. Mm-hmm. Now, the guy that they should be retiring, Sergei Fedorov, is arguably still the best Russian to ever play in the NHL. And I don't even think
it's a two-man discussion between him and Ovechkin.
And I don't even think I'm going out on a limb here when I'm saying that he is the best Russian to ever play in the NHL. Want to know why? Because Sergei Fedorov could play defense as well. As we all know, if you're a Red Wing fan, you would know that Scotty Bowman essentially punished Sergei Fedorov by putting him on defense. But you know what? Scotty Bowman was the first one to go and say too that if Sergei Fedorov continued to play defense, he would own himself a Norris Trophy eventually, which is, I believe wholeheartedly. And at this point right now, it is a crime that Sergei Fedorov's number isn't retired yet. You know why? Because Mike Ilitch...
He had to do a dick measuring contest with the Ilitch.
Yep, Mike Ilitch got his feelings hurt when Sergei Fedorov wanted to go and play for another team.
Same thing with Max Scherzer. Oh, by the way, Max Scherzer's on the way to cementing a Hall of Fame career with the Nationals.
Yep, he will. And he will.
You could have had that.
Yep.
You could have had 3 fucking Hall of Famers on your team for the primes of their... You did! During the primes of their career, and you came up with nothing to show for it. That's a different show for a different day.
And you couldn't beat the Orioles without Chris Davis and Manny Machado. You couldn't win a game against them without that. But no, this is really, and like I said, I will go out. I'm not going out on a limb saying that Sergei Fedorov is the best Russian to ever play. Is he as good offensively as Alexander Ovechkin? No. But you know what? He's a better two-way player than Alex Ovechkin could ever wish to be. And yes, Red Wings fans, he is better, light years better than Pavel Datsyuk and Henrik Zetterberg. He is arguably the best Red Wing to ever lace up a pair of skates for this organization. Is he better than Yzerman? Yes. Sorry. Was he a better Red Wing franchise player than Yzerman? No, probably not. Is he better than Gordie Howe? Yes. Better than Yzerman skill-wise? Yes.
Better Red Wing? No.
Better Red Wing? No. I will give that to you. He wasn't a better Red Wing. But that's not what this entirely should go down as. When you're talking about a guy who quite possibly is the best player skill-wise to ever play for your organization, it is a crying shame that he is not hanging from the rafters of the JLA.
Box plus minus in hockey is like the worst metric of like actual player value.
Yeah.
But Alex Ovechkin in 14 years is only a plus 89.
That's because he only plays one way. He only plays one way. He is the James Harden of
611 goals and he's only a plus 89.
He is the James Harden of the NHL.
I think James Harden, yeah. James Harden is the Ovechkin of the
NBA. Okay.
Harden's been doing it hasn't been doing it quite as long.
And Ovechkin has a championship now, to his credit. But
It's true. Honestly, the funny thing about Ovechkin, by the way, he was just, shit-faced for the entirety of the time that people saw him right immediately after the Cup, and then no one saw him the rest of the summer.
yeah. They had to change the rules, too, when it comes to handling the Cup or having the Cup. You're not allowed to do, those cake stands anymore with it.
Really?
Yeah. Because Ovechkin and the Capitals ruined that for everybody.
Didn't they break it?
It's been broken so many times.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, there's spelling mistakes on there. It's been broken. It's,
Well, the plates are rotating off too. All the time.
Oh yeah, they're always rotating off. I forgot what they said. The rotation is on it, but
well, isn't it the most recent ones? And I think the guys in the '80s finally are getting rotated.
It's something like that.
Whole,
yeah,
30 years worth.
Yeah, something like that. But I mean, again, I'm not surprised that Fedorov doesn't have his number retired yet, but. Again, it just goes to show. I mean, everyone wants to say that the Ilitches are perfect.
Are petty people.
They are. They very much are. Look, they've done a shit ton for the city and the organizations, yada 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 yada. But when it comes to something little and petty like this, shame on you guys. Shame on the Ilitches for not getting this done and doing the right thing and finally doing what should have been done years ago.
Red Kelly, though. Come on.
No, that's something that is egregious as sitting there and changing.
It's like retiring Vinnie Johnson.
No, you know what this is? This is changing the red seats to black, so it doesn't. So you don't.
This is like retiring Vinnie Johnson. Oh yeah, he was the sixth. He was the backup point guard on a championship team. Who the fuck else in all the sports retires a backup player's number?
You know what though? The Pistons already set precedent, though, with retiring numbers that they should.
Yeah, well, it's also the NBA Hall of Fame's a
Yes.
joke. If you were like an above-average player at any time, you're in the Hall
Look,
of Fame.
precedent has already been set with that.
It doesn't have the exclusivity of the NFL or NBA Hall of Fames.
I mean, relatively speaking, when we're looking at this, it's not the same. The Red Wings have always set the standard.
NHL Hall of Fame is actually pretty exclusive too.
Yeah, the Red Wings have always set this standard for themselves. Well, you know what? You can't use the Fedorov thing not being in the Hall of Fame anymore because he is in the Hall of Fame. And
no excuses.
Yeah, there is no excuses. Right now, it's just the point of the Ilitches being petty, and Chris Ilitch not wanting to do the right thing and defy his dead dad. Let's do it. Who gives a shit? Do the right thing. Retire 91. It should be up at the GLA rafters as we speak right now.
No, it's probably would be the bigger insult, letting somebody else wear it. Because I don't think it hasn't been worn since Farah left.
No, same thing with 16 too. 16 hasn't been worn since Konstantinov played in the late 90s. Since the accident, which that's fine if you don't want to retire.
Just unofficially retire.
And that's what it is.
Well, it's like the same thing with Tram and Lou until Ian Kinsler and Jose Iglesias ran into town. They wouldn't let anybody wear those either. But existing veteran players coming to your teams that
at least they didn't do some lame Legends thing.
Michigan does.
The Legends numbers.
Yeah, we're gonna have our quarterback wear number 98 because reasons. Sorry, Devin Gardner. You're a smart guy, but what the fuck? Number 98.
Was that wasn't his choice though, was it?
Yeah. Whatever happened to him?
He was in camp with Steelers in his rookie year, and I don't think he's been back since.
He did postgraduate work though too, so I'm sure he's probably doing.
He's pretty
great
active on
again.
Twitter. He has no filter now.
Oh really?
It's pretty hilarious.
Good for him.
Captain Hot Takes for Sports.
Good for him though. He got fucked over by Michigan.
Oh yeah.
He was a 5-star coming out of Inkster, wasn't he?
4.
Was he a 4? I don't know. He got fucked over. Talk about fuckovers now.
Yeah.
Devin Gardner, Sergei Fedorov.
Equal? We'll find out later. No, okay. All right. Anything else, guys, on that one? All right. We're going to go to the cut room floor here tonight. Jamal Agnew, quarterback / return man. The Lions has been placed on injured reserve.
That sucks.
Knee injury. Since teams can now pull one guy back off the IR, he is the likely candidate to be used that on because they haven't placed anybody on IR since the beginning of the season. And he would be able to return, I believe, in week 15 for a playoff run. So, I mean, That's fine.
Is what it is.
It is what it is. So, the Red Wings are 0-3-2 to start the year, and haven't played good hockey.
They play tonight too. Actually, the game already started.
Yeah, they started.
They're playing the Canadians, and they're losing 3-1.
Of course they are.
It's fine. I mean, whatever.
Lose, baby, lose.
Whatever. I mean, people getting upset about them losing is. This team started 5 rookies opening night. What do you expect?
3 on the blue line.
Yeah. What do you
expect? And then Joe Hickens, who's played like 5 games.
6 games.
Whatever.
Yeah. What do you expect? This team is
2 rookie defensive pairings. And the Pistons start the regular season on Wednesday. At home.
Going to work. What?
At home Wednesday against the Nets.
The Eastern Conference more wide open now. Now that LeBron's gone.
LeBron's in the West. Yeah. Dude, honestly, the Raptors blew up their team. It's like the Celtics and everybody else.
Sixers.
Yeah.
Sixers,
Celtics, and everybody else.
Sixers are going to be good.
Minnesota's not in the division, are they?
No, they're in the West. Washington should be
okay.
bad. Yeah.
They can never stay healthy.
I think you've got those are your top.
Milwaukee's in the East?
They're in our division.
Yeah. They should be okay.
Bulls are going to suck.
Pacers might be all right.
Pacers might be all right.
The Nets suck. The Knicks suck.
Might be okay.
The Heat are going to be
Look, Pistons should make the playoffs this year. They should.
No excuses.
They should stay healthy.
They should make the playoffs. Are they going to get by the first round? Probably not. Cavs are going to suck. No, this is
no excuses here, guys.
No, you've got the best player in all the NBA in the other conference now.
Yep.
That's it. See it happen.
Amen. All right. Anything else, guys?
Nope.
Hokey doke.
Hokey doke.
Hokey dokey.
Hokey dokey.
Yeah. Whatever.
You know that should be a one of those things like a trick that Harbaugh plays on everybody. Come out when Michigan State game and not have
a headset.
No, not have a headset.
Be wearing a polo with instead of his crew neck sweatshirt with a white T-shirt hanging out the bottom and a spaghetti stain.
Yep. This is Michigan.
So it would not be this week, but next week it'd be his Halloween costume.
That'd be hilarious.
All right, that's going to wrap up episode 173 of Motor City Uncut. Thank you for joining us here. If you're catching us live or on the replay, I don't know. We'll be back on in 2 weeks?
2 weeks, yeah.
2 weeks. All right. So for Sean, Adam, I am Dorf. We'll see y'all in 2 weeks.